Hi everyone, welcome back. In this session, I'm going to set up a validator node from scratch. There's not going to be much, it's not going to be much of a tutorial. It's going to be more of a speed trial. While I would mention some of the things that are going through my mind as I begin from this bare metal from 0 to get us up to fully synced. So I will be using a snapshot as well. So, this is really from base to fully synced. Let's see how quickly we can get it done. Okay, so time to log in. Yes. Okay, great. So I log in as Ansible_user. I put in my password. Okay, so I am in. So let us see. I have my notepad up with some of my items. So let's see. Okay, I need to get my key generated. I'm going to do some copy pasting. Enter. I'm going to put a passphrase. Going to put a passphrase. Okay, so that one is specified. I am going to one moment. I'm going to do new session. Okay, I'm going to do sandbox.current.solution. So I'm using a host name. And I'm going to specify port 220. There we go. Yes. Put in my password. And that step is done. So now we have our SSH set up. Great. Now we get into the Ansible install. Install Ansible. So I'm asked for the sudo password. Yes. Okay, so I wait for this to download. Okay, I do my git. Okay, the git is done. Do my ls. I do cd polkadot /ansible. Right, and I do ls. And now I'm going to make a copy of the inventory file, or actually I have it as move, which is not a big deal. And now I do nano inventory. Again, remove this, set that to your IP. Okay, whatever your IP is, I'm going to do Ansible_user. So I'm not going to, this is not scripted, so if I make mistakes, it's going to come up. You can adjust your telemetry as you need to. So I'm taking off everything associated with validator 1. I'm removing the hyphen because of the warning. Okay, so I am This is a older version, so allow me to just get that new version and paste it in. So I go to git parity tech / Polkadot. The latest version is 8.3. Sorry, 8.30. Right now, we can probably just change that 8.2 to 8.30, but out of abundance of caution, I am just going to paste. Yep, looks like I could have, but again, abundance of caution, I have the hash. Okay, for the chain, I'm going to use Kusama. Restart is false. Poker shots. I'm going to update this. I'm going to actually use one of the snapshots. Actually, I will do the snapshot manually for now because I'm seeing some stuff there. It says the DB URL, and I don't know if it's configured to go to the database for Kusama. So I'm not sure if there's like a Kusama _ DB snapshot _ URL. So I'm just going to leave that out and I will do that manually. And project, I'm just going to do docs. Okay, so oops, oh yes, one more thing somewhere up here. Yep, I need to do Ansible _port equal to 20. Okay, yes, right. Okay, so I think that's it. Let us try /setup.sh. I'm asked for my passphrase. I should be asked for the sudo, and I should be asked for the passphrase again. Okay, so yep, stuff is happening. Stuff is happening. I am going to just take a quick look. Okay, so while that's going on, I am pulling up a telemetry. Okay, great. And as we can see on telemetry, I am up and syncing. All right, so we are close, but not quite there yet. We need to get this thing fully synced. So I'm just going to move that out. Okay, so the next steps would be to stop the service. So we do sudo systemctl stop kusama.service. Oops, my apologies. I used the default, so it would be Polkadot.service. Okay, great. And now that the service is stopped, I can edit the service file. So we do sudo nano /etc/system/polkadot.service. Before I hit enter, let me make sure I have the stuff to copy across into it. Right, this bit of information is for the pruned database. I'm going to paste it below here. I think that should be fine. Actually, let me put this as the last line. Oops, okay, alright, I'm messing up, so I'm gonna, no. Let's do this again. And right below the chain, I'm going to put it here. Oh man. Let me just remove that. Copy, paste. Perhaps not the most entertaining thing, but it's just to get things started from scratch and just to see how long this actually takes. So I'm going to reload the file. Great. So now I need to actually download the database. So I need to move across to first I need to ensure that I have 7-zip. Yes. Installing, do your thing. Okay, great. So that's done. I do sudo su polkadot. So I go into the Polkadot user. I do polkadot purge chain, and I do -- chain Kusama. Right, I remove it, and now I need to do a wget of the Kusama. There we go. Oops, so I do print working directory. I am not in my home, so I do cd tilde, I do ls, and yes, I do pwd. I'm in the right place now, and I should have permission to download. Yes, I do. Okay, so while that's going on, I'm getting my other command set up for extraction. Okay, we're not doing too badly on time. And there were a few hiccups. As I said, I did this unscripted intentionally for, this purpose. To work through any problems that may arise. It would be interesting if in the Ansible I would do a little research on that to determine if there's a special flag for the the Kusama database destination directory. I did note that it said Polkadot, and I didn't want to do anything that I was not familiar with, especially on a timed trial. I believe Fabio is the one responsible for this. He seems to respond quite often when any of these type of things arise. just taking a look at the steps, the actual downloading of the database and the subsequent extraction of the database is probably some of the longer steps. This is actually on a private network, so I don't think the speed is too bad for a private network, but certainly if you're on a cloud server or some kind of dedicated hosting, you may have better speeds and enjoy better speeds. Okay, so now that that's done, we have the file. If I do ls, we should see, right? And I am extracting to, oops, whoa, that's weird stuff. I'm just going to erase it all. I'm going to paste it back without the weird stuff. And now we extract. Now, when we did the sudo su, it's not exactly, what we're used to. So we do notice some of the weird stuff, like if you hit the right or the left or the up or the down, you don't get the things that you're traditionally familiar with. So just bear with it, it's just a means to an end. Alright, in the meantime, I'm going to get that telemetry ready. Okay, seems as though we aren't doing too bad on time. I forgot to record the time that I started, but I'm sure, as a viewer, you can take a look at the video and, you will have a good timeline. Oh my! I think it's slower than normal. It probably knows that it's on camera, and when things are on camera, they just don't go right. But it's just a matter of waiting. So we wait patiently and let this thing extract. Again, these last two steps, the last few steps are probably the longest. What may be useful and perhaps a good suggestion is that we are compressing the database. It gives us two benefits: one, a reduction in size, and the other, a single file that contains the multiple files. So it's twofold. One's like a container and the other is compression. Perhaps if there is an option for one that's not so the compression method is easier to extract, less intensive, so we get a bigger file, which is not too bad in terms of a download, and it extracts faster. That might be a good option, maybe an alternative option or something like that. I would suggest it to Polkadot, if bandwidth isn't an issue on his end, that we have this alternative. So for those who, bandwidth's not an issue, but, you want to cut down on a few minutes of extraction time, might be viable. It's quite incredible the amount of files that are, comprise of this database. It's so many. I mean, one would expect, right? But when you look at it when you actually look at it, it's quite a bit. I understand that there's RocksDB and then there's the ParityDB. So I hope that the ParityDB, I was told that it's quite experimental. It may give us some additional speed, but I do look forward to the day when it is stable and we can move across to something a little faster. I don't think it will help with the extraction. That's a totally different topic, but just trying to fill the void while this thing extracts. 95, 96, 99, and that's it. So now we can see it's about 9.4 gigs extracted. It is something to note. So we exit. We do sudo system ctl start polkadot.service. Now remember, even though I am using polkadot.service, it's a Kusama chain. Let us take a look at the status. It says it's running. Highest known block looks good. I'm going to pull up telemetry. And here I am, 7225, so we're not too far off. I'm just going to wait. Perhaps not the most entertaining or animated video, but the goal was really to take us from scratch to fully synced as soon as possible, and I don't think we're doing too badly on time, and considering we had nothing and now we have quite a lot, we're not doing too badly. So we just wait a few more. Now I could have used the WASM compiled flag and I'm pretty sure it would have helped. But I think, the process of starting and stopping the service to remove the flag after it's fully synced was not, it wasn't something that I was interested in doing. I thought it might take more time because we are almost there. Probably about 2 to 3 more ticks. Update. Almost there. I'm pretty sure we're going to get there. Are we there yet? And we are there. Alright, so fully synced. You can time it for yourself. I think we did pretty good. So kudos, and I hope you enjoyed the run through. And if you're new, gives you an idea that if you have a fair guide of what you want to do, you can actually get this completed fairly quickly. So that's it. Take care. Bye.